This is kind of where I fill in the blank about who I am and what game I'm playing, but you already know both. Name's Luxeley. Gw2 new X-Pack out now, Path of Fire, worth a shot. Gonna make a very detailed, comprehensive video, top 10 reasons why you should re-entertain the idea of playing Gw2 Path of Fire. That's gonna be coming soon. Be sure to be subscribed for that. Want to talk about this particular quest, which is a very necessary quest or task to get done in order to get a mastery point in the Crystal Desert. This is the most annoying and frustrating quest I've ever encountered. And let me give you an idea here of what I mean by ever, because I have quite a bit of experience. Been playing World of Warcraft for 8.5 years consistently. Have not come across a quest this frustrating or annoying at all in WoW. Sure, they were frustrating and annoying quests. Sometimes good things have bad things in them, and sometimes bad things have good things in them. This is an example of a good thing having a bad thing in it. This is the most annoying quest you will ever encounter. I've been playing Guild Wars 2 since launch. On and off, not consistently, but consistent enough to have max level in every single profession. Matter of fact, I've even deleted tunes and re-leveled them to 80 because I saw Game of Thrones during Season 5, or maybe it was Season 6, yes, with the Children of the Forest, and I thought, gee, I want to have a couple of Sylvari. So I deleted a couple of my tunes, made a Ranger, 1 through 80 of a Sylvari, because it reminded me of Children of the Forest from Game of Thrones. I know that's not a good reason to delete a character and start over, but then again, I'm allowed to be an idiot once in a while. This particular quest, but I will give you guys some tips and tricks how to make this work for you, some things that I learned, and it's going to make it a lot easier, but it's just very, very frustrating because I literally spent about, I'm embarrassed to say how long I spent on this particular quest trying to figure this out. Quite a bit of time, and you don't want to be spending quite a bit of time on doing something that you pretty much have to do and don't necessarily want to do, because this is extraordinarily, I say it again, frustrating and annoying because it's worth repeating. Let me explain why. You're in the whole premise of this, and this is not something avoidable because you pretty much need this mastery point. You're helping this guy make soup. Okay, not exactly very engaging, but they're trying to be different and creative. I respect that. Now, there's all these ingredients for the soup that are situated about the room. There's about 18 different ingredients, and he's going to call for the ingredients. So you got to run to the ingredient, pick it up, and throw it to him. You can't throw it to a neutral stationary spot like the pot that you see right there. You can't throw it there. You have to throw it to him. But to make things even more aggravating, he's running around consistently changing his position, which makes it even more frustrating. Now, I've encountered a quest like this in World of Warcraft where you have to put in the food ingredients, but it was a lot easier. A, the guy was stationary. B, at most, there were 5 ingredients that you had to choose from, not 18. 18 is 3 times more. Now, 5 is a little bit low. 18 is a bit ridiculously high, especially in a pretty big room where you got to run to them and then you're on a clock timer. Now, I've done quests in Guild Wars 2 in the past where they have easy, medium, and hard. And maybe they should have done that with this quest, but they didn't do it because it's for a key mastery point, and they want to make it hard, they want to make it meaningful. I respect that, I get that. But you also don't want to spend, I can't even tell you guys how long I spent on this quest. If you really want to know how long I spent on this quest, leave a question in the, comment section. Leave a question in the comment section. I'll gladly put it in the comment section, but I'm not going to put it in the video. I spent a lot of time on this and finally figured it out. It's just so frustrating because you have 18 ingredients to choose from. You can't possibly remember where all 18 of these ingredients are. Some of them are way across the room, and the chef is not stationary. He's moving from place to place, and you don't necessarily know where he's going to move to or how long he's going to stay in the spot that he's currently in. This is really, really frustrating, especially when you put it on a short timer. Now, if you get the ingredient right, you're going to get a little bit of extra time added, but I still think there should be maybe super hard version and easy version for idiots like myself. Maybe not even something in between. And Guild Wars 2 has done that in the past with some quests where they say, okay, do you want easy, medium, or hard? And I like that about the game. They didn't do that here, and just having 18 different ingredients. across a pretty big room and a chef who's not stationary. Because you know what? Even if you figure out where everything is and you happen to memorize maybe even 2/3 of it, the bottom line is you still have to get it to the chef. As you can see in this situation, he's all the way on the other side of the room. And then you got to throw it to him and hit him. Now, if you throw it to him while he's on the move, game over. You got to start again. It's really, really annoying. It really is. Now, here's a few tips and tricks about this that I've picked up. First and foremost, you don't want to listen to the audible. You want to make sure you have the chat bubble on, and you want to read it, because you will see it in its entirety, what he's about to say, a few seconds before he actually says it. It'll pop up as soon as he starts talking the whole thing in its entirety. So that'll buy you an extra second or two each time he calls for an ingredient. So that's one little tip. Another tip is you don't want to use the speed boost that they give you, which is that little rabbit there in the first slot. You don't want to use that speed boost to catch up to the chef, because there's always that possibility that the chef is going to move. What you want to do is use that speed boost if you know you have to travel a great distance to get to the next ingredient. And then you'll probably have some of that buff left over to catch up to the chef in case he does move. But wow, this is what makes things frustrating. And there was no information on this. That's why I'm partially producing this video. A, to vent out my frustrations. B, provide a few tips and tricks to get by this. Because this is something that really started to give me an idea why such an incredible game like Guild Wars 2, which should be the #1 MMO, no question in my mind, on no matter how you look at it, very, very much should be the #1 MMO. But it's not. And I think one of the reasons is something like this. Not that it's frustrating and annoying. Every MMO is going to have a quest that's frustrating and annoying. But there's not a lot of information about this. If this was World of Warcraft and this quest was out there, there would probably be about 4 or 5 different videos on how to tackle this quest and how to beat it. And there's nothing out there on how to tackle this and beat this. Nothing. And if there is something, I mean, there are a few videos, but they're not good. They're not really giving you any great tips and tricks. Of course, somewhere down the line, I'm going to stand corrected. But at this point, early in the Gw2 Path of Fire, there really isn't nothing to help you maximize something like this. And I think that's one of the big problems with Guild Wars 2, that it's not attracting a lot of YouTubers. It's not attracting a lot of Twitch streamers. And people aren't making videos and they're not getting the word out, and people aren't making these alternate websites for info for the game. That's part of the problem, people. It really is. This is Luxeley saying, whatever it is about you, morning, afternoon, or night, make it epic.